Right, I'm just making my way up to the Tor now. It's only a small one, Holwell lawn it's called. It's just got this really nice hawthorn tree growing out of it. It makes quite a good image. You get a lot of photographers taking pictures. I've got quite a few I took in the past, which I'll put up. It's very accessible. I mean, I've even got flip-flops on, so it's just too hot to wear anything else. So you can easily get up there with kind of in 5 minutes without any major hassle. It's a lovely part of the moors here. It's kind of quite a touristy spot, but you've got Haytor there, Haytor Rock. So the front of it looks a bit like an Indian chief, I think. And you've got a few more tours around. You've got Saddle Tours, the one you can see there, and the one just above it, I always forget its name. I think it's Sharp Tour. It might be Yard Tour though, or something. I always forgetting it, but I've actually been up to both in the past and got pictures, and there's probably 1,000,001 pictures of Haytor, because it's where people kind of flock to. Every time you're up it, there's always somebody on the top of it. So basically, to get to Holwell, you have Haytor there, and the road runs past it just there. You just need to kind of roughly follow the direction of the road away from it, and it's self-explanatory really. Just kind of head away from Haytor. If you're interested, you can actually go down behind Haytor. There's a few quarries. Find it again. There's Haytor there. So if you follow it around, there's a quarry. That way. There's a quarry down that way by the road, and there's more quarries behind it, and there's one further along. And they were actually used. They used to be. There still are parts of it. There's a granite tramway or railway that runs from here down into Newton Abbot. That some of it's missing and been buried over, but you can still see parts. Back in the 1800s, it was used to ferry. Try and shield you from the wind. It was used to ferry granite from up here down into Newton Abbot, down to the canal, and then it used to be taken around the coast into London and used for quite a few things. I think the second London Bridge was built from it, and I think there's a few other buildings in London that got granite from here. So it's quite interesting. You can walk all the way down. Like I say, it's not an iron track or like most railways are. It's actually cut out of granite, so it's a bit unique. I'm just at the location now. It's about probably half an hour, 45 minutes, sometime before sunset. So I'm not going to wait around too much. I'm just going to kind of have a little wander and see if I can spot any wildlife or anything like that to take pictures of. I might go and have a look at the quarries, like I was saying earlier, down that direction. This is what it looks like. You've got the Tor there next to it, and this big hawthorn tree. It's quite a cool composition. I will say don't come here in the winter though, because the tree just looks too small next to the boulder if you try taking pictures with no leaves in it. It's a really calm, still day, so it's probably going to be quite good to actually do a HDR of it, because it's going to have very little movement. It should stitch really well, so I'll probably do a mixture, just because I'm going to be shooting into the sun, and this is going to be right in front of the sun, so it's going to be in silhouette, and it's going to put quite a lot of noise into the image, into the shadows, if I just try and do it with a filter and bring the rest up in camera raw, out of the raw file. It's going to make it quite noisy, and also because it's such a big thing on the landscape, on the horizon, if I use a filter, it's going to darken a lot of the tree and the rock down too much. So I'll probably experiment with a bit and do a bit of filtering and a bit of HDR and just see how it comes out. But that's the general composition I'm going for. So I'm probably going to be shooting on the 24 to 105 again, just so I can use the filters and just so I can get a bit of a higher vantage point of it. I will probably try doing some wide angle shots of it as well. I'll get the 14mm Samyang on, because that will give you a really good interesting image. If you get really close to the tree, that will give you a lot of drama in the clouds above it. It's actually really nice clouds at the moment, so it's almost like they've been painted. So if it stays like it, it should be really nice. But anyway, like I say, I'm going to go and have a little scout around. I'll come back in a bit. Right, I'm just going to take a few quick shots before sunset. Just what I want to do is, so there's loads of sheep running around. What I want to try and do is capture some kind of sun stars. Just got to set up the camera now quickly. A bit late as usual. Problem with shooting into the sun is sun flares. I'm getting quite a lot of them here at the moment, so I'm just trying to move around to get rid of them. I think the filter's probably not helping. Yeah, with the filter off, they're totally going, so I'm just going to lose the filter. Doing a HDR just to try and bring some of the detail out of it, and I'm going to have a very wide aperture, because that will give me a lot of sun flare trails. That's the secret to get the kind of sun to flare out, really, is just to use a really wide aperture, and that will make them kind of star out. It all depends on what lens you have and how many aperture blades you have. The more blades you have, the kind of more stars you'll get, the higher the number of stars on the image. So the kind of less aperture blades, the kind of less stars. It's as simple as that. That's why more expensive lenses with more aperture blades tend to give a bit better results with it. Right, I've switched over to the wide angle at the moment, just to get some close-up shots. I've adjusted my exposure bracketing as well to go 3 stops plus and minus, because it is so silhouette-y. I might get some gradient problems from it, but at least it'll capture the shadows. That's basically the lightest image. That's the next one down, and then there's the darkest with some colour in the sky. The sky hasn't kind of gone as red as I was hoping, but it's still not too bad. It's quite a nice pink hue over that way, but it might get a bit better. I mean, the sun's still quite bright at the moment, so if it's going to do anything, it'll do it in the next few minutes. Just going to try taking a few more shots here. slightly different angles, and then I'll probably head up to that rock there and just take a picture from the top of that looking down. Right, my phone's gone flat actually, so it's a bit annoying, but I'm having to film it on the actual camera itself. All the light's gone now, or the best of it has anyway. The clouds have kind of gone grey. It's still an amazing spot. I mean, I'll just turn the camera around, and it might be a bit difficult for you to see because it's quite a lot of shadows and highlights at the moment, but this is the area. Hopefully I can grade some of this video and you'll be able to see it a bit better, but sorry about it jerky, I'm just turning it by hand. But that's Haytor there. It's still got this lovely kind of pink sky with sorry about the angle as well, the tripod's a bit, they're not the levelest. Try and adjust it. Then back to Holwell. There's actually a place down over here called Emsworthy. I won't put any pictures up because I actually put some pictures up in a video I did last week when I went to Bowerman's Nose and a few other places on Dartmoor. I don't know if you can see it now. All those stone kind of walls down there. I don't think you actually see the barn, but that's a place called Emsworthy, and I think the barn's probably down by those trees. There you can just see it. In the spring they get absolutely full to the brim of bluebells. It's a lovely place to get to. There's a lot of nice meadows down there. I'll put one quick image up just so you can get the gist, but if you